Hello. So today I have a nice IBM PS2 P75, which is not very well. You can see that that screen is not exactly showing anything you'd expect it to be showing. It's either blank or full of brackets. And that is it doing a memory count and just producing gobbledygook. And that's its attempt at doing some graphics. So, what if I plug an external screen in? Is it the plasma or is it the graphics card? It's the graphics card. Now that's a shame, because the graphics card on this is rather custom. But that external screen looks pretty similar size to the internal screen. This is that graphics card. I've replaced these caps. That didn't do anything. It's not the nicest solder job in the world, I know. Come on, focus, there you go. But you can see all around, especially that big chip on the left. There's let's just try and get to focusing. It's there's a lot of manky pins there. Now I've scrubbed this clean. I've used vinegar, I've used isopropanol, I've used anything I can get hold of, and it's made no difference at all to the image. But I do have an XGA2 MCA card. Focus. And so what if I put that in? Can I at least make this a usable machine? Could I even fit this screen in? So to get the old graphics card out, there's a lot of screws to undo. So this whole bracket needs to come out, the riser card. That shield is attached to all the sockets there. A few more screws. You see this big long, it's still MCA, but it's kind of a custom to this machine. It's got a ribbon cable there which goes off to the front panel. Now, how do I get this out? Oh, come on. There's just no... Oh, missed a screw there. But there's just no real clearance, because I've just got to slide out of that socket. Get out of the way, let it all stand off. I just can't... Oh, I have to take the whole board out. You can see here there's just no clearance, it just hits these bits of plastic. This card wasn't meant to be removed once the machine's built, obviously. Let's just take this whole board out. Start with the CPU. This on the P75, the CPU, the 486DX33 CPU sits up on a little daughter board. There. But the CPU is soldered into the into this board, so you can't easily replace it. Anyway, millions of other screws. And it lifts out. A little bit of force, that card comes out. So let's stick the XGA2 in here. It doesn't fit in that top one, or that looks like it should. It's got that little end bit. No, but it kind of hangs over the edge of this one. Come on, slide this in. There, so it hangs over the edge. I'm not quite sure. I think this is an extra video connector on some machines that's used to pass through the VGA from on board, but anyway, on this one it hangs over the edge. Doesn't fit in the slot above, doesn't fit on these small slots the other way around, and it doesn't fit on the original slot that the original graphics card came out of. So, anyway, it's in. Let's plug a screen in. Right, it's all plugged in. Let's have a look. Waiting. Oh, something's happened. Let's say no input signal. Hey! Let's go inside the RAM. And it's not orange. It's white on black. That is a good sign. So the machine will run with its original graphics card missing. There you go, it's got 8 meg in it at the moment. Load of errors, yeah, I know. Deal with those later. And the hard drive spins up. This has an onboard SCSI controller. I think it's about a 400 meg or thereabouts SCSI drive. And look, it boots. Funny, this machine doesn't seem to care about all those errors, it just carries on. So the machine works using this external card, and it's nice and colourful. Does that fit in the actual chassis though? Looks okay from the outside. Let's start taking it to bits and find out. You can see these brackets are really broken, these hinges. Huge design flaw in these Model P70s and P75s. But there we go. Got the keyboard's a bit stiff. Just want to get the cable out of the way so I can get the keyboard out of the way so I can lay the machine down. The back of the plasma screen there, metal shielding the cables and the broken hinges. Kind of hooks on there at the top, and a single screw at the bottom keeps it in place. Ah, she just doesn't want to come out. Come on. There we go. That's left hand side done. And I need to disconnect the cables to get the right hand side one out. So the left is a power cable that runs over to the power supply. roughly on the motherboard, and the other one's the signal cable. It's that ribbon cable that runs through to the old, where the graphics card was, the old original on board. And a cable tie as well, for good measure. There's a bunch of these earthing straps as well. Let's move that one that side. I think that's enough to get it out. Yes. It all kind of falls apart in my hands. This is the awful design that you can see. It's got, if this is focusing, come on. Come on, there you go. That tiny little, you can see the grey bits of plastic there, that's where it's snapped off. A little hook goes around like a peg down there. It's tiny and it's really under a load of pressure. Anyway, let's strip this screen down, take the plasma screen out, take all the gubbins out, and see if that LCD fits. That's the plasma screen out. And let's take this LCD to bits. This was just a cheap generic panel off eBay. 10-inch VGA 800 by 600 screen. And look at that. It's like it's made for it. There's a plastic bezel on, it's got a little bit of a lip there, but I could live with that. If I could just put this back on, job done. No, that's not even close. That's about sticking out by about the best part of an inch. So let's take all the black plastic off of this screen and see how well it fits then. It's a bit of a jump, and this is me doing a test fit. I've just taped it in, and we got the controller board and then the panel itself and just a load of black insulating tape. But look at that, it fits so well. As it is, the brightness controller is no longer valid. But yeah, let's test it out. First test fit, you can still see the VGA cable coming out the bottom there. And the power I've got actually poked through to the back of the machine. And come on. Still waiting. Oh. It's woken up. Yes. So that's looking good. Yeah, the VGA lead flickers a bit. This is a broken VGA lead, but as a proof of concept, that's perfect. So how have I powered the screen? Or how will I power the screen? Screen just wants 12 volts. Yellow here gives me 12 volts. There's a normal Molex power and hard drive, so I'm using these splitters. Tap it off. insulating tape is obviously no good, so I've got these 3 different thicknesses of double-sided tape, which I've used before to fix a few things similar to this. So I'll stick that around the edge, push the screen down, and they are really sticky, so I reckon that will work. So let's try it. It's like a slightly rough surface, so hopefully it'll stick. Oh. There we go, just do this all 4 sides. Offer it up. You don't get too many attempts before it'll ruin the stickiness. So try and line that up. And there we go. It was like it was made for it. Interesting to see how long this stickiness lasts. Alright, let's take the keyboard off again and offer this screen up and try for another test fitting. This time I'll actually run the cables internally. I need to wire up the power instead of just, you didn't see the horror before me just twisting wires together. So ignore this floppy cable, that's just letting me run a normal floppy drive in this machine, because the internal one is broken. So I've got this yellow and black, and I've got the oh, what was that? Little spider. I have got this yellow and black, and I will connect this up to the power jacks that came with the screen. I'll cut the cable and feed that through. Let's get the XJ2 out of the way. So I should say that actually the XJ2 is actually a bit of an upgrade from the XJ1 that was the default internal card. So I've got, I think it's more video memory. It's got at least 1 meg and high performance. Right, so let's just poke the power cable through, and it's, I need to find a way through. I don't want to go that way, do I? No. I've got plenty of room now because I've got no card here. I can yeah, the card's a bit higher. I can just curl cables under here, that's no problem at all. Yeah, let's feed it through, it's much better. Like a hole was designed for it. So it miles this cable, let's cut some off. About there. Jump cut, this, you don't need to see my soldering skills, but anyway, I've soldered these up, heat shrink tube in, that's all nice and neat. Now the VGA connector on this IBM kit it's got one pin. You have to knock out one pin because of this. The early PS2s here, they had that one pin there blocked off, which is extremely annoying. Right, let's poke this cable through. Oh, that doesn't quite fit, does it? Oh, so close. So close. Right, let's shave that opening a little bit wider. Just using the knife here on the and there we go. That now fits through. Literally only had to do like a millimetre. I've got plenty of room out here outside of the card, so if I can get that under there, yeah, and I'll just curl this up. At some point I might see if I can get a short VGA lead, but let's just do that and I can cable tie it down and connect it up. Power cable's fine where it is. These come out the front, and let's just get these little bits of shavings of plastic away. Look like fingernails or toenails, but they're not. They are IBM plastic shavings. Connect these in. VGA, there's a little bit of strain in it where it's been bent round, but hopefully it'll be alright. It doesn't sit in there very happily. And the power's just look that back round. Yep, power's in. Okay, it was a bit in the way. Let's balance it there for a moment. Let's do another test, a proof of concept. Let's stick some power in, prove it again. I haven't broken anything by sticking that screen in, and make sure I haven't stuck it in upside down. And oh, disconnector. Yes, that might help. It's funny the screen says disconnector when there's nothing plugged in. Bit of a hint, I'd forgot to put the graphics card in. There we have it, screwed in. So nice and secure, unlike this screen that keeps falling off. Might just balance there for now. And power on. Disconnected again. Is it going to come to life? Normally it says no input signal or auto adjust or but not disconnect or the machine's powered on. And the screen's powered as well, I just realised. It's got power from the hard drive connection, so that's all good. No, that's not right, is it? Must have given that long enough now. Ah, that might help. I said earlier that doesn't sit in very well, does it? How can I hold that in a bit better? What can I use? Cable ties? Yes. I've got a little cable tie here. Not a zip tie, but a like a twisty one. Go through that hole. And twist that together. That will hold it in well. And I'll find one for the other side, but for now that'll do. And yay! I see an image. There it is, counting the RAM. So at least it's not flickering or anything. It's been bashed about a bit. So these wires are a bit in the way, so I'm going to fold them over. A little bit of room there. Here we go. So the cable route is all working well, and the power's working well. Yeah, I've counted to 16 meg now. I found some more RAM when I've been messing about. 101 errors, that's fine. What's that? Keyboard, something on the system board. Video, lost settings, flat battery, floppy. That's fine. Just like driving your car with a check engine light on. Ah, there's a hard drive powering up. Just realised, so with hard drive powering up and the screen is still on, so no problem supplying the amount of power there. It's not showing me the, the graphical errors. There it goes. It might do. Give it a sec. No, there you go, it's just booting DOS. It's funny this machine where it does that. P70 is very fussy. So you know the error where you get the not okay, read manual. Oh well. So let's try and fit this screen in a bit more securely. The brackets are very broken, but let's put them back in. Ooh. Yeah, they're in pieces still, but it's better than nothing. And here we are. I've screwed a few bits in, put the brackets on the actual panel and on the machine itself. So in theory I can kind of hook it on and away we go. There are these little springs in the in those broken bits of brackets. I've removed those, and it seems to kind of hang on okay. Going to hook it from the top. It half hooks in at the bottom. It's that big choke on the VGA, on the power's not helping. but that'll go. There's loads of room in there. But there you go, that's sitting alright. I'm happy with that. Just as long as it all closed back up. It kind of sits in. The top doesn't lock back because it's all well broken. So let's clip the keyboard back on and fold it up. Get that wire in there. And it's a bit springy, as you expect, but it's got these. Oh yeah, this fell off. It's got these things that just poke out, and they are metal. So push that in, push it over. Push that one in, push it over. There you go. That's alright. It's all closed up. There's a load of screws now to put in, if I can remember where they go. A couple down here on the motherboard, dotted around the place. So let's just do these. Here we are. Now it's giving me the graphical error. We're down to just a couple of errors, so it's slightly improving. But doesn't that look good? Starting DOS. Let's have a look in Windows. I had to reinstall the graphics drivers because I had this XJ card configured for an external big 19-inch screen, far too high resolution and stuff. So I've reset it, and it seems to have decided the perfect setting on its own. So that is lovely looking, and the resolution is 800 by 600 there. 640/80, that program manager filled the screen. There you go, 8664K, 60 Hz. So that is spot on. I'm not going to touch that. That is working perfectly. In fact, it looks slightly better in real life. It does on the screen. It's got a slight darkness on the camera, but yeah, you can't adjust the brightness because that thing is there just for pretend, now for show. So, well happy with that. No lag or anything. Let's try some DOS programs out. So I want DOS bench. Zip drive to the rescue. Everyone guessed, I've got a D drive, and there we go. So let's just copy DOS bench over quickly. Well, that took about 8 minutes to copy. How much? About 25 meg? Yeah. Wow. Right, let's do a clean boot. Do completely no config sys or anything. Right, so let's check out system info. It is a 486DX33 MCA bus, 16 meg of RAM. Doesn't say anything about different graphics. XJ2 benchmarks are exactly exactly what fraction more than DX33 as you'd expect. And the SCSI hard drive. Hear that chugging away. Advanced disk controller. So yeah, 0 milliseconds because it's SCSI is lying to it. Nearly best part of a megasecond. So that's not too bad. I'm happy with that. And let's go to DOS max details. .5867. So that works out to be 12 frames per second. Will it run Quake? Doubt it. Oh. Yeah, not the quickest thing in the world, is it? Well, there we go. 4 frames per second. You know what? For a PS2, I'm happy with that. So there you have it. If you followed me this far into the video, then thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed watching me upgrade this P75 486 DX33 up to a machine with a colour screen. Now, there was meant to be supposedly a prototype, potentially, of a colour screen P75. It was once going to be released, but it never was. So this may well be quite unique in the world. Anyway, as I said, thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.